Okay, day 16. I'm going to tell you a little bit of stuff about this woman downstairs from me. She's quite old. She must be in her 60s. She's got grey sort of hair. Um, but in the astral plane, I see her like a tall, like redhead woman, um, quite attractive. You know, a complete, well, very much a contrast. Now, I believe this is her self-image. Her self-image is like a beautiful woman, a beautiful redhead woman. In her sort of like mid-30s, in her price, a sort of kind of like her prime, like, which is really kind of incongruous because she doesn't come across like that at all. She's not at all attractive. More like just a complete witch. And this has made me think actually about witches. Because to me, this person is a witch because as soon as I started getting my energy together, again, now we're going back onto the right side of the tree, into the sphere of severity today, like the sphere of Mars. And again, I'm getting a pain in my neck, and I'm almost completely sure it's coming from this woman downstairs. She's at the bottom of the house. She's like covering the ground floor, so the connection to earth and stuff. And she's tapping into my energy like a vampire. And like the typical witch thing, like witches, they're said to like they can sour the milk of cows and stuff like that, and give people the evil eye. This is what I'm getting from her, this real dark, horrible, envious kind of energy, envious of my youth, and my well-being and stuff. And I've already talked to her in the past about things about how she could make her life better from various herbs. These people aren't interested. This is why I despise these people, because they don't want to make their lives better. They like the fact that virtually everyone I know is like this. And there's so many people I know that have got this sort of weakness. Carlos Castaneda talks about this in some of his books, how in modern life people have like a weakness that they use as a shield. Oh, look, I've got this weakness, so you have to like let me get away with all kinds of shit. Like this woman's got like a replacement hip, you know. Um, my dad used to have this. Well, he had a heart problem, but I told him things he could do to make it better. He got really angry. He didn't want to be better. He was quite happy being having this sort of like, wound, or sort of like weakness that he can sort of shove out to the world and say, look, leave me alone. I've got a weakness. I've got a disability, so you have to leave me alone. I can do whatever I like because I've got this weakness, and you can't blame me because I've got this weakness. And people do it in all kinds of different ways. Virtually everybody in the Matrix has got this like a shield, which is like a weakness. And they're like vampires, they don't want to be healthy, and then they if you are healthy, then you're like a source of food to them, and they hate you for it. I mean, but they could be healthy themselves, but they choose not to. So this sphere of severity, it's the mental plane again. It's the heart chakra. So your compassion, your empathy, they're going to use that against you. You have to feel sorry for them because they've got a weakness, right? And you haven't. So you basically, to be an equal, you've got to give them your energy, and you just keep giving it to them, keep giving it to them, because they're not going to use it. They're not going to become healthy ever. They're just like a bottomless pit, like a black hole. They'll just keep sucking and sucking and sucking your energy and your life force until it's gone, and then you're back down to where they are. And then they'll just forget about you then, because and that's how it works. These people don't start affecting me until I'm starting to build up my energy. I can not notice them for like virtually a whole year. And then as soon as I start building my energy up, then they're sort of like it's a fucking vampire in my aura, and it's directly trying to suck the life out of me. So it's about keeping your well-being together, or the work from now on. So like for example, what I'll be doing, I have to really focus on this woman to the point where she's a witch. And I use the Bible stuff. When it says in the Bible, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live," this is what it's talking about. So I'm not going to go down and actually like physically take her life. That, you know, obviously, I believe that the Bible is very symbolic and it's talking very much about the astral plane. Or that's how it applies to us at this time, anyway. So in my mind, she's dead. She's confined to hell, you know, and it's her own choice. She's chosen to be in hell. I close the door of any sort of compassion or empathy from me to her, because I know she's put herself in that position deliberately and is focusing on me with hatred, as if I was doing something, you know, against her, and I'm not. I'm just doing something for me, and she sees that as like, well, you can't reason with these people. It's envy. There's no good reason for it. It's just pure hatefulness, like spite. Um, in a way, it encompasses all of the seven deadly sins. I think, you know, in a certain respect, their pride, because they feel that they've got some sort of right to not have to change, or they've got a right to, you know, look down at you or hate you for some reason, because, you know, it doesn't. None of it makes sense, really. You know, this is what I've realised. So you can feel very confident about confining these people to hell and closing the door on them for good, because that's what they've chosen. And they've had a chance. They've had free choice, free will, and they've chosen this path. You know, to work for the evil forces, the dark forces, the devil, whatever you want to call it. That's their choice. And by doing that, they become a vampire onto people that are going on the good side, the light, and you know, awareness and stuff, and getting out of the matrix. They start feeding on you. And there cannot possibly be any excuse for their behaviour. It's not possible. They've confined themselves to hell, and it's your job to shut the door shut them up in hell, to destroy them, just like Arjuna destroys his like relatives and old friends and stuff, you know, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. You've got to do the same thing. It's all in the astral plane. You just have to sort of like know that these people have chosen their own path. It's their choice, you know, and it's your choice to allow them to feed off you or not. And you've got to make it so that they can't feed off you. And by doing that, you're going to be outside of the matrix, and they're going to see you outside of the matrix and know that they should be outside of the matrix. But they will also know that they made all the decisions necessary to keep them in the matrix, and to make people like you or me despise them and shut the door on them, to keep them in hell where they belong. So this is the keys to hell and death that we need to have.